guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna tell you right now, I am sick. I'm just now getting over a cold. My other roommate gave it to me. He spread it throughout the whole entire house. So just bear with me through this video and we will make it through. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about my parents and my upbringing and how different it is growing up like in a black household. Now, as you guys know, everybody's disciplinary actions for children is different in every household. Whether it be timeout, grounded, cleaning, beat downs, you know what I'm saying? They're all different. But I feel like growing up in a black household, that disciplinary actions are so much different than other culture. Now, somebody's gonna say, oh, my mama's blah, blah, and she used to do this too, but guess what? I would say predominantly in the black culture, we have one of the most severe punishment, and I will explain with examples. So my brother and I went to Walmart with our mom, and you know, anytime before we used to go in a store, my mom would always give us the talk. And my mom's name is Barbara, so I'm gonna refer to my mom as Barbara or Barbs. So Barbs would give us the talk. We'd be in the car, in the back seat, and she would turn around and be like, so you know we about to go in this store. I don't want no mess. I don't want you to touch nothing. I don't want you to look at nothing. And I don't want you to get wild. Because if you do, I will definitely snatch your throat out. Let me find out that I'm over here and you not by me. I will come find you and I will destroy you. Are we clear like Windex? And we'd be like, yes, mom. I was never a bad child. My brother was always the one that was trying to influence me to do bad things. I was an angel and my brother was literally the devil on wheels. So we get in Walmart and my mom would always tell us not to run in and out through the clothes rack. But you all know that that is every kid's dream in Walmart, is to run around in the clothes rack. But no, Barbs wasn't having it. So my brother is squeezing through one of these aisles and one of the racks are uneven on the clothes rack. So he squeezes his little pencil built body through the rack, and then here I come with my big Eeyore built self and I try to come through. Of course, you know, the stomach hit the rack and the rack fell, and Barbs was pissed. Now here's the tea on that. My mom wouldn't always discipline us 24/7 in the store. It would take like multiple things for it to build up, and when she would finally get enough, that's when she would lose her mind. So after the rack fell, she's like, hey, get over here. And you ever notice like when your parents talk to you, like when they really had enough, they grit their teeth together, they'd be like, put it back. Also remember being in a store and my mom would discipline us before we even did anything. I feel like she would discipline us when she saw other kids acting bad. I remember one time we were walking beside the buggy and this mom told her kid like put something back, and he was like, no, I'm gonna keep it. And she was like, I said put it back. And he was like, well, I said I'm gonna keep it. And my mama looked at us and she was like, if y'all ever disrespect me in a store like that. And I'd be like, mama, chill, like, what are you doing? Calm down. I also remember a time I got in trouble because I was laughing at my sibling when he was being disciplined. My brother did something and my dad walked in the room and was talking bad to him. And I'm in the top bunk and I'm like, and he looks up at me and he's like, do you want some too? And I'm like, no ma'am, I didn't order anything, so I don't know why. I was always somewhere getting popped in the mouth because my mouth was so slick. As you all know, I just basically say what I want to say. Okay, I didn't say what I want to say to them because I was not trying to lose my life. I was always that kid who tried to argue my case. My parents would be like, look, be quiet, I'm talking. And I'd be like, but mom and dad, here's what really happened. And they're like, I don't want to know what happens because I'm talking at the moment. And when I'm talking, you are not talking. And I was like, mom and dad, I know you're talking, but let me just get popped again. I'll never forget, we were in Kroger one day and me and my brother were arguing and my mom was like, look, be quiet, both of y'all. And I'm like, no mom, because like he did this, blah, blah, blah. And my brother's like, no, you shut up because blah, blah. Mom was like, both of y'all shut up before I silence both of you all right here forever. And I'm like, look, you can't kill us because first of all, it's against the law. Like you will go to jail, and I know you don't want to go to jail. You will lose your job, you will lose your house. Like, what are you talking about? And I feel like I'm saying all this in my head, but you know how parents can just read your mind, so you don't want to say certain things because you know they can hear you. And Barbs looked at me and was like, and I was like, and I was over here trying to think of other things. I was like, Bible, trees, nature, birds, animals. Barbara looked at me and she said, what did you say? And I was like, I didn't say anything. And she was like, no, but what was you thinking? I said, and she was like, that's what I thought. And she starts to turn around and walk away. And I'm like, oh, cool, she ain't about to discipline me. It's cool. Y'all, she turns around and she has a belt in her hand. I was like, okay, wait a minute, pause. Mama, you have on a dress suit thing. There's no loops for like a belt. So where'd you find this belt? Like, I'm concerned. She steps to the side and it's the belt rack. Surely this lady is not about to like beat me with this belt. Because first of all, she ain't paid for it. It still has a tag on it. Like, it's brand new. You just can't use a belt and, you know what I'm saying, like not pay for it. Y'all, she wore me out in that store and hung the belt right back on the rack. It was all used. Pieces was hanging out. Let me show you. Whores. This is what the belt looked like when she was through. Who's about to buy a belt that looks like this. Tell me, I'm confused. And I think it was that day that it actually registered that mama was not playing games. I feel like my parents had a way of explaining things and saying they would do stuff to us that was not physically possible. My mom told me one day, she was like, look, if I have to tell you to be quiet one more time, I will put you in between the washer and dryer. Now let's look at this. Okay, this is the washer and dryer. Look at this tiny spot. Whore, I can barely put my hand in here. How are you gonna fit a whole human body in this little place right here? How? They would say stuff like, I will snatch your arms off, beat you with them, and sew them back on. I will snatch your tongue out, roll over with this car, and put it back in your face. Say something else slick. I will put this high heel pump on your colon. If I gotta get up out this chair, I will snatch your whole entire neck off and you will walk around like this for the rest of your life. I will put my elbow in your chest. If I have to tell you to stop one more time, we will host your funeral right here in Walmart. Do you want me to snatch your kneecaps off? Touch something else in the store and I will break your wrist. But I appreciate every spanking and whooping and disciplinary action that I ever got from my parents because it created this amazing young man that you see before you today. So that's it for today's YouTube video. I'm sorry if it was boring for you guys or anything like that. Like I said, I don't have the energy that I normally have because I'm getting over a cold. I took cough syrup. I'm low-key sleepy right now. My roast of the week this week is Veronica Taylor. Congratulations, you finally made it. You thought I didn't see you, but I do see you. I appreciate all the love that you send me. Don't forget to follow me on my other social media. It will all be in the description below. Hope you guys have an amazing weekend. And as always, I will see you next Thursday.